Hello there, my name's Brandon, and I make pictures out of tiny squares. And today is an incredibly special day because I'm finally using those pictures, my pixel art, for a game. That's right, I'm finally making a game. In fact, I've already been making it in secret for about 3 years now, and I'm sorry to keep you in the dark for that long, but I didn't want to come to the table without something big to share. And that is now definitely the case because our game was just announced as part of this year's Summer Game Fest within the Day of the Devs indie game livestream. Hello there, my name's Brandon.
And I'm Danny, and we are here to show you our game, Petal.
It's been a long and interesting road getting to this point, lots of behind the scenes work obviously, and I'll get into some of those development details in a second. But obviously, first off, let's just take a look at the game itself. It's called Petal, and it's a retro-flavored slice-of-life RPG where you play as a motorcycle courier who delivers pets to people. So you get your delivery assignments, you got your little motorcycle, you can get on and off, and it stays right where you leave it on the street. I don't know why I find that so entertaining. But what we're delivering here are actually digital pets that are contained within these energy devices called leap cells. So each leap cell contains a single flower, and that's what it uses as the energy source for the digital pets. So the idea is that you deliver the cell to a customer's home and install it, and that installation itself is where the battle mechanic of this RPG happens. You've got to complete a series of quick mini-games and puzzles. Each one generally follows themes relating to pets or things that'll make sense within the lore of the world. And you get hit with a bunch of these during each encounter, so you got to stay sharp to get through the sequence and complete that install. But after you complete the sequence, the cell will activate, and then a new pet appears within the home. Now, in addition to the delivery and installation type of gameplay, there's also a strong story-driven side to the game. The story follows our protagonist, Callie, who's a new recruit in the Petal Runner program, and they're joined by their pet companion, Kira, who is also a digital pet, but Kira is an older model who's actually a now obsolete battery-based handheld design. Nevertheless, Kira's handheld leash, as it's called, still does have helpful features, like it's used as a journal and kind of the quest tracking device. And, I think it's got a totally rad menu design as well. And Kira himself is also quite outgoing and rambunctious as a character, and this works really well to offset the way that Callie tends to be a little bit shy and a little awkward. So you've got this sort of buddy dynamic going on with the companionship between these two, and he's just a cute little fox buddy that follows you around. The story takes place in a city called Sapphire Valley, which visually has a kind of sci-fi, cyberpunk-inspired design. Sapphire Valley is actually split into 4 unique districts that are all connected in a kind of open-world design. So Callie and Kira will encounter different mentors as they progress through the different branches of the Petal Runner program throughout the city. They'll also make friends with the fellow recruits. There's one kid who's sort of like the annoying rival, so there's a lot going on just within the dynamics of the program itself. And along the way, there's also a few mysterious occurrences that begin to surface relating to this new leap cell technology. And we'll encounter some individuals who, maybe have some trust issues about the company that manufactures these things. But I can't really say any more about that at this time. In fact, I may have already said too much. But I'm excited for you to experience it, and I don't want to spoil the story quite yet. In terms of graphics and game feel, our approach here was to have the flavor of a retro game, but to give it some modern touches and conveniences. So the screen dimensions here are spacious and kind of on that wide format that allows it to scale perfectly into 1080p and 4K and what have you. But you can still tell that we've got that chunky pixel look and the form factor like a Game Boy game. And then for the color, we've got our own limited palette of 4 tones at the core of it, with these added touches of a few accent colors on top of that just to liven things up. And these accent colors will also vary depending on which district you're in. One of the more intense things for me, just on an artistic level, was creating all the directional motorcycle sprites. So rather than just having simple 4 directions of movement, or even 8 directions of movement for the bike, we found we really had to scale this out into 16 unique directions for the kind of fluidity that we wanted to feel in the bike controls. But the end result feels so cool when you're just zipping around on this thing. We're really trying to put everything we've got into this game just on a whole. So everything from the detail of the environments, the thought behind the character designs and their personalities, and obviously that feel of the bike as it maneuvers around a tight corner. We want this all to be a satisfying experience, especially just with how fun of a contrast that is in comparison to the simplicity of the retro inspiration. On the development side of things, the game is being created by myself and a friend of mine named Danny. We actually met through social media and our shared love of similar games and aesthetics, and it turns out that he's a programmer. So together we founded our very own indie game studio, and we've called it Nano Studios. And that's our little two-man operation with Danny doing the programming and me doing the artwork. And we both write the story and the dialogue and the music and all that together. We started Petal Runner back in January of 2021, and our plan at that time was to look at doing a crowdfunding campaign. So we got curious about what it'd take to arrange for having like physical game copies and vinyl soundtracks and all those grandiose things that you'd want to incorporate into an attractive campaign. So we sent an email to a company called I Am 8-Bit, who, if you haven't heard of them, they do lots of special edition hard copy games and vinyl soundtracks. And we asked them how to get these kinds of things arranged for a crowdfunding scenario. And they replied to us that, as it happened, they actually have a full-on publishing wing of their company, which is called I Am 8-Bit Presents. And they, I guess, liked what they saw of the game and instead proposed the idea of a full-on publishing contract, which we then, of course, accepted as the savvy businessmen that we became. And this allowed our studio the security to continue working on the game in secret. And we've now got their expertise and their structure behind the project as well. And things have just really fired into high gear after we made that partnership. We've also met tons of cool people from the team and their network. They arranged for some awesome materials for our announcement here. Like, we're getting to work with an artist named Nuri Durr, who's just an incredible illustrator. He's somebody that I've already followed for years now, and I can't believe that we get to work with him on this project. You can see he's just got such a refined style, amazing character expressions, a great eye for limited colors, which is perfect for interpreting sort of these abstracted pixel art designs. And so he's been doing character art and key art for Petal Runner. And we even took this a step further and developed an entire animated sequence that plays at the start of our reveal trailer. So this sequence was produced by Studio Yotta. Just again, another unreal force of talent that I can't believe we're working with for this. And I just actually really love this reimagining of Petal Runner. It's almost as if it existed as a 90s anime, and now that's leading into kind of the gameplay adaptation in the reveal trailer here. And I mean, look at this. They did the Akira slide animation with Callie and Kira here. I just can't believe this exists. It just makes me so happy. Currently, this has just been our initial reveal, and there is no confirmed or announced, public release date yet. But I want you to know that we do have a development structure in place, so when the time is right, I'll be able to share more information about those sorts of details. For now, you can check out Petal Runner on Steam. There's some additional screenshots and descriptions there. Maybe toss it a wish list while you're there if you like, no pressure. Overall, it's just a relief to finally be able to share this. It's been such a big part of my life for the last 3 years. And I'll be excited to start creating some videos related to my pixel art for this game. I like that I've been exploring other videos and other artwork in this time. I think that's really helped me to still grow independently as an artist, separate from the game. But, I'm hoping to sprinkle in some Petal Runner content here and there now that it's out in the open, and I hope that you'd like to come along for that ride. Alright, I'd like to close this out with a special CRT Time edition of the reveal trailer, as is custom for the channel. But I'll put a link to the original pristine version as well, don't worry. So thanks for your attention. I can't wait to share more about this project. And for now, thank you for watching, and take care and keep it square.